office right next to me. So in this, and I think one or two other cases, I've said, can I just use your laptop, and I'll just forward the email. Sorry, but it is my email, Honorable Matthys. She's very observant.
Honorable Matthys, are you satisfied?
Not really, Honorable Adams, but you even sign it off as Honorable S. Frenchman, and it even says there, it doesn't say, it says here the complaint laid against the police generals by Honorable Fadiel Adams. So it doesn't say the complaint that I laid.
Yes, Honorable Matthys. Remember, the IGI doesn't know who Frenchman is. So I put my name in this, you can understand, so he can understand that it is relating to that. And also the signature at the bottom, it's the way her laptop is set up, that any email sent, that comes up at the bottom, and I didn't want to interfere with that, so I just sent it.
Okay, but you could have just deleted and signed it off.
Well, I'll do that next time. Sorry about that.
Honorable Nala.
Thanks, Chair. I think Honorable Matthys covered part of what I wanted to follow up on. That was the recipient of the email then, which is the suspended IGI, aware that this is the complainant following up on his complaint? Because here it's written, as Honorable Chase is saying, it's written as though that it's someone else who's following up on your behalf, and the details of the email actually are talking about someone else, not you.
May I, Chairperson? The IGI actually called to confirm and replied afterwards via email. I said to him, my laptop is in at IT. I'm not receiving emails. I'm not sending emails, and that was when he responded.
Are you fine, Honorable Member? Honorable Skosana, I'll come to you, Honorable Sokanya.
Chair, a quick one. I think because I sit in that committee, it will be improper not to put things into a correct perspective. It should not be recorded as true that PKTT is just ordinary SAPS members, because it's a combination of officers specializing in various aspects of investigation. With Lieutenant General Kumalo, as you know, SAPS as a head of crime intelligence, and is a designated project leader of the PKTT. I think let's put that on record. It's not only, there's a lot of people in that PKTT who are specializing in the different aspects. Do you agree, Honorable Member?
No, I do not agree, Honorable Member, and I'll explain to you why. They are all SAPS members, whether they're investigative, whether they're forensics, whether they are all SAPS members, they're all operational team, besides the prosecutors. Furthermore, the head of intelligence can never be the head of a combat unit, because that's where the accountability gets lost. For instance, I can give you, if I'm the head of intelligence, I can give you this intelligence report and tell you, you need to do this. Yeah. There has to be objectivity for someone to say, hold on a second, this might not be correct.
No, what I'm saying, what I'm correcting you, in your statement, what you said now, you said that these are not members of the crime intelligence who are in the as a PKT team. So I'm saying to you, there's various members. There's some members from the crime intelligence in the PKTT.
My chief, thank you very much, Honorable Member. If there are members of intelligence there, then that is okay. Maybe that is a good thing. But I'm telling you, there are members that are not of intelligence.
Yeah, but
can I finish, please? That are now being housed in an intelligence building. Now, surely that's against protocol. I'm not going to get into an argument. I'm saying to you that if the building is purchased with the proceeds of crime intelligence monies, with crime intelligence monies, it should be used for crime intelligence only. That's all I'm saying. And if that's the point of debate, then we should have that debate.
Well, it can't be right, Chair. I think I must correct our Honorable Member. You can't dictate to the police that if this house is for, it's a SAPS building. Crime intelligence, it doesn't matter. But what I'm saying to you, what I wanted to correct you on that aspect, saying that the PKTT, some members are from crime intelligence. Do you agree?
I'm not disputing that because I don't know the members of the PKTT.
Thank you.
Can I finish? No.
I'm fine.
No. What I'm saying to you, Chief, is if a member is not from crime intelligence, he's not allowed to drive their vehicles, he's not allowed to stay in the accommodation, he's not, do you understand what I'm saying?
I don't really.
Well, then thank you.
I really don't understand.
No,
But thank you.
let's-
At a later stage, Chair.
let's do this. I don't think that we are correct now to go into the anatomy of the PKTT. No. Let's leave that to the police commissioner. He's coming here. We agree that we'll call him back. Honorable Sokanye. Advocate Mokwaiti, your time is now extended to 23 hours. Just relax, Honorable Sokanye.
Thank you very much, Chairperson. No, I was making a follow-up on what has been raised by Honorable Mateus and Honorable Ngola on the issue of Honorable Frenchman making a follow-up, because on page 51, there is a response from the office of the IGI, whereby they're saying that to Honorable Frenchman has already responded to Honorable Adams. So I'm saying that two people are inquiring about the investigation. It's Honorable Frenchman and Honorable Adams, by the look of things, looking at the response of the office of the IGI.
What is your comment on that statement?
If I'm understanding what my honorable colleague said, Chairperson, I had a choice. I could either wait for my laptop to be fixed, or I could use my colleague's laptop to send an email. It's really that simple. And sorry, Chair, and I'll even own it that my admin could have been a little bit less sloppy than that, but that's what it is.
Honorable Sokanyile.
No, I was saying that Honorable Adams must say that also Honorable Frenchman is making up a follow-up on the case he has opened. So he's assisting, if he can say that like that, because it reflects like that in the correspondence, if he can say so, not to say that he was using the laptop of another person. Thank you.
Chairperson, I don't understand what I'm supposed to say. I'm telling you what happened. Honorable Frenchman did not do the follow-up on my behalf. I simply used the laptop. That's what I'm telling you, and that's not going to change.
Honorable Sokanyile.
Maybe if we can look, for instance, good afternoon, Honorable Frenchman. Thank you for inquiring about this matter and wish to bring the attached correspondence for your attention. And then we kindly responded to Honorable Adams on the 28th of March, 2025, meaning that Honorable Frenchman was inquiring on your behalf. Just say you requested him or her to do that, because here is the response.
Honorable Sokanyele, then I'd be lying to you. So I've told you, and I've clarified that to the advocate, and I think I've said it to Honorable Nola, I think. And if anybody else wants me to tell the same story, I'm happy to do that. I use the laptop. That's the full story.
Honorable Sokanyile.
It's in black and white, Chairperson.
Honorable Adams,
Chairperson.
is there anything you want to say?
No, Chairperson.
She says it is written in black and white.
Yes, Chairperson. But
Okay.
it's my hands all over the keyboard and you know what? The simple thing to do is to say, yeah, she sent it for me. I'm telling you what happened, Chairperson.
Honorable James,
Oh, thank you, Chair. I almost forgot what I wanted to ask. I wanted to go back to the composition of the task teams. The composition of the task teams, we've heard in previous witness testimonies that it was not necessarily made up of members from crime intelligence, that it was made up of various members with various competencies in these task teams. So for us to assume that the task team solely consisted of members from crime intelligence, and it was wrong and also label them under PKTT, staying illegally in that building, that would almost sort of add to the narrative that PKTT was, how can I put this? That PKTT was involved in criminality. And that was the reason for the minister disbanding the PKTT. Because we've heard several times that the PKTT was only operating in KZN. We've heard previous witnesses such as, I think it was Advocate Batwe, who also assumed that PKTT brought her gadgets. And she was corrected saying that because she saw General Dumisani, she assumed that it was PKTT. So PKTT was not operating in Gauteng. And we have to be clear on that. It was the same members, yes, but they were operating under counterintelligence in Gauteng. Gauteng, I think they call that Gauteng counterintelligence task team.
Thank you, Honorable James. The short response, Honorable James, as this committee perhaps should consider an audit of that hotel and the members of the PKTT. Let's see who's from intelligence, let's see who's from counterintelligence, and let's see who's from SAPS. But what I can tell you, and the more experienced members of the police portfolio would be able to tell you, that non-intelligence members shouldn't come near the equipment, their vehicles, or their buildings. That's not me saying it. That's the policy. Thank you.
okay. Let me remind you again that General Masemola, the National Police Commissioner, and General Mkwanasi will be back here next week. Before I allow you to proceed, because your time has been extended by the benevolent chairperson. You are no longer concluding at 22:30, but at 23 hours. Can I check if there is any honorable member who still wants to raise a point before we allow?
Nobody goes on tonight.
Okay.
Can I continue? Chair?
Advocate Mokgweetsi, may we please proceed?
Okay, Mr. Adams, in paragraph 22 of your statement, you deal with your communication with the IG, and you asked the IG whether the complainant was allowed to have a copy of the outcome of the report. And the IG said to you that it's not possible or legal. But we see here in on page 51 of your annexure bundle, you wrote to Honorable Ian Cameron, and I take it it's other members of the police portfolio committee, and you tell them that the report of the IG is supposedly in-depth and complete. What do you know about the report at that time to have made such a statement?
The IG had confirmed that the report had been completed and he sent it to the minister. I asked him if my complaints were found to be true or untrue. And all he said to me is, Honorable Adams, it is in depth. It is with the minister. That's all I can say. I asked IG, can I have a copy? He said, no. He said, never. It's at this point when I emailed the minister, I said, Minister, you've got the report. Bring it to the portfolio. The minister never even replied. It's at this stage that me being a conspiracy theorist assume that the minister is part of a cover-up because the report is there. If there's nothing in the report, if these people have done nothing, come to the portfolio with the report and say, listen here, Adams, you're barking up the wrong tree. But now you don't reply. What am I supposed to think? Remember, since this whole thing happened, I have been memed, I have been mocked, I have been... I want the truth. If I'm wrong, that's okay. But if I'm vindicated, then let me know. That's all I'm asking.
And you do say that you have requested the minister to make the report, to bring the report to Parliament, and that's in paragraph 22 of your statement. And then you go on to say in paragraph 23 that on 26th of June, IDEC arrested General Khumalo and others. So was it on the strength of the outcome of the IG's report that General Khumalo and them were arrested, or is it because of what IDEC has investigated?
I cannot say with certainty, but I'm almost certain that the IDAC would have conducted their own investigation. I don't know if they were working with the IG. I can't say, I don't know if there's communication. But what I do know is that these generals were in actual fact arrested.
And you say you don't know whether IG might have worked with IDEC on this?
I don't even know if he's allowed to.
Okay. Then I think we can move on to the next topic. Mr. Adams, unless if there's anything in relation to that specific topic that you'd like to bring to the attention of the committee?
Yes, please, Advocate. You know, before July the 6th, if Parliament had to vote for a national commissioner, I would have voted for General Mkhwanazi. Because I like his attitude and I like his approach, the no nonsense, we'll shoot first, ask questions later, because South Africans as a whole are heart full of crime. We're tired of drug dealers and murderers, all of us. And this man was striking all the right notes. He was making all the right noise. I was a fan. And then he calls this press conference. And then he mentions members of parliament and people who are busy protecting cartels and God knows what else. And I go like, whoa. He's talking about, I said to my wife, he's talking about me. And I said, but then I must be the poorest cartel member in the world. And then the general has to come here and produce proof of what he's got to say. And he can't produce an ounce. But the general does make a very, very striking statement, in my view. Well, he makes two. He says that the unlawful appointment or alleged unlawful appointment of someone at crime and intelligence is an HR matter. I disagree. And then he makes another statement. He says that the national commissioner was at the gates of prison when he called this press conference. What nobody in this country asks is, why? Why is he at the gates of prison? What is he alleged to have done? I mean, he's the national commissioner. This press conference had nothing to do with the PKTT. I was in the meeting on the 5th day of March when General Khumalo put forward the disbandment plan for the PKTT. General Mkwanazi was in that meeting. I remember saying in that meeting that I support the disbandment. No, the meeting before that, sorry. I support the disbandment of the PKTT because I believe that the AGU needs the money more. But then when the press conference is called, when the nation needs to be scared, the disbandment of the PKTT has got something to do with it because the PKTT is apparently protecting South Africa from everything, which is total rubbish. I must put it on the record. Because on the 5th of March, General Kumalo says we've had one politically motivated murder. One. With a budget of 100 million rand for the year. On the Cape Flats, the AGDU deals with 3,000 bodies a year and 7 million rand. So I'm in support of the dissolvement of this waste of money.
Okay.
But then we come here. Oh wait, before we go there, allow me just a little bit of leeway. I know it's your time, sorry. I cannot believe that I live in a country where murders are classed political killings. So the ordinary man in the street is not entitled to that. I just need to put that on the record.
Okay. Okay, can we now go back to your statement and the content thereof, Mr. Adams? You do deal with the press conference as well. And in relation thereto, you make some allegations that the conference and General Mkonazi's statement to this committee would have been dismissed in any civil court, in any civilized country. And you then deal with what you refer to as inconsistencies that he made. And there you mention former Minister Becky Kelly as well. You say that General Mkonazi made a claim under oath that he would arrest former Minister Becky Kelly. And then you say, in spite of admitting to this House that he knew and was asked to join Mr. Kelly's wrongdoing, the General does nothing. Are you trying to suggest that General Mkonazi is working with former Minister Becky Kelly? And what are the charges that he was supposed to have laid against Minister Kelly?
No, ma'am. I'm not saying that he's working with Becky Cele.
Okay.
I'm listening to General Mkwanazi when he was questioned about former Minister Cele. And he says, yes, I know he admires me or something like that. But even he knows that if he's doing something wrong, I will arrest him. He says it. And then minutes, half an hour, whenever later, he said, but when he tried to pull me into his wrongdoings, and I'm quoting this, I distanced myself. Now, when a minister tries to draw you into wrongdoings, why are you not laying a grievance? Why are you not laying a charge? Why is there no email you can present to this House? So it's an inconsistency from where I'm standing. I have my own views on Becky Cele, and they are strong views. But if General Mkwanazi is aware of any criminality or alleged criminality or wrongdoing by Mr. Becky Cele, why is he not doing something about it? The tough talking, hard tackling combatant.
I think the allegation that was made against against former Minister Kelly related to a cell phone number which appeared on records that were found on Mr. Matlala's phone, and General Mkonazi mistakenly believed that it was General Kelly's phone number, which he then subsequently clarified in a supplementary statement. Is there anything else that where he implicated former Minister Kelly that he should have laid charges
I think
against?
that will come out further along the line if we may. I still owe you an explanation about, it will come to me. It will come before we leave here tonight. But what you're asking me now, unless you want me to jump a few pages?
No, it's not a few pages. We're on that. We're on paragraph 25(1), where you deal with allegations that he should have laid charges against it. Now, clarified where former Minister Becky Kelly's name was mentioned, and it's that phone number. What else did he mention?
What I saw.
Where he should have been arrested.
What I saw. Excuse me, advocate. What I saw was I saw a man sitting here saying, yes, I will arrest him. I will arrest him if he's committing anything. He says it. And then he says, when he tried to pull me into his wrongdoings, I distanced myself. I did not see anything about a cell phone. So if I need to retract that part of the statement, I gladly will. I'm not here to tell a lie. That is what I saw. I may not have seen the full thing, But the little bit I saw, it put a serious question mark in my head.
I think we're speaking past each other. I was trying to understand what other wrongdoing
No.
other than the cell phone issue did he mention?
No, the general did not expand in the committee. The committee actually didn't interrogate that.
Okay. Then in paragraph 25, you previously spoke about this, about the uprising thing, 25.2, where you say that intelligence was to blame for the uprising that happened in KZN, and then you say that General Kumalo was to blame for that. He was heading crime intelligence at the time. That uprising happened in 2021.
Yeah.
And General Kumalo assumed office in 2022.
Then I must have my facts wrong, and I would apologize to General Kamalo then. But the uprising in KZN was a massive failing of intelligence. It doesn't matter who headed it. I apologize to General Kamalo. I do. But to couple with a failure in intelligence, the operational side of it, it fell apart because the head of the province took leave. Now, I believe that a competent national commissioner would have fired the provincial commissioner for going on leave. Fani Masimola doesn't. And remember, over 300 people died as a result. And again, the PKTT is not investigating any one of those deaths.
Okay, but we've noted that you retract paragraph 25, where you put the blame squarely on General Kumalo.
I do apologize. My information is incorrect.
Okay.
Honorable Scosan.
Thank you, Chair. I'll be quick. I just want to get it clear from our witness. The statement which the evidence leader was leading now, is he retracting that's the statement? Apologizing alone, it's different. There's a difference between apologizing and retracting. Are you retracting the
Honorable
statement?
Skosana, I will retract it twice just for your benefit, my brother.
Not for my benefit. It's not about me, Honorable Member.
Chief, I have retracted and I have apologized.
You are retracting it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because apologizing and retracting are not the same, Honorable.
No, I retract and I apologize.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Let's proceed, Advocate Mohaid. I see you still have 53 minutes.
I still have 50 minutes.
You have about 53 minutes to conclude.
Okay. I will try to be quicker, Chair, and I think as Mr. Adams, Honorable Adams was talking, he touched on a lot of the things in the statement, so it should go a bit quicker now. General Adams, in paragraph 26 of your statement, you mentioned that General Mkonazi said that you must recommend that you spend time at Portsmouth, and we take it that it's in relation to the fact that you were had classified information which you made public, and you disagree with that because you say that it's not a crime to or rather the policies that regulate classified information does not allow you to cover up crime.
Yes, Advocate, thank you. You know, it's such a stigma for people like me to end up in Portsmouth. But anyway, my opinion is strong. I do believe that General Mkwanazi is a constitutional delinquent. The man wants me in jail for reporting a crime. He would prefer that I cover up a crime. That's what he's saying. Now, I would refer General Mkwanazi to the Vuma versus IPA judgment, where it says that you cannot classify crime. And then if you can't read that one, there's a shorter document, it's called the MIS document. It says the same thing. So I'm covered. I'm covered by court rulings and a cabinet document. If General Mkwanazi feels otherwise, then he must come with documents, man. I'm not here for his opinion. I don't care about his opinion. His opinion of me is very low. And I can tell you it is mirrored by the way I feel about him.
When does the document become a crime? Before or after classification?
You can't classify crime. You can't.
So-
Furthermore, I would like this committee to ask who classified that information. Was it General Kumalo or was it General Masimola? Because you can't classify crime. The High Court has ruled.
Honorable Adams, are you saying that the committee must look at who is the author of that document and ask for it to be classified, or of that information, and who asked for it to be classified, and that should be investigated, and that person should be, charges should be laid against that person because it's a crime?
I would ask this committee to do the best thing in the best interest of the people of South Africa and the South African Police Services.
Then in paragraph 29, it's a different topic. You deal with the apparent protection of General Mkhwanazi. And again, you're making very serious allegations in relation to the PKTT. And my question is, are you saying that the PKTT has killed minors and injured minors? Your words in paragraph 29 are, I emailed the National Commissioner on the 9th of November 2025 when I asked him to disclose the number of minors killed and injured by the PKTT. You're not asking if they have done it. The way I read your statement is that you're suggesting that they have in fact killed minors and they've injured minors. Where do you get that information?
I am not willing to disclose that source. But what I can tell you is that the National Commissioner still has not replied to that email. I would also have to ask, ma'am, why we skipped paragraph 28. It's a very short paragraph.
We can go to it.
I would expect
It
us
was
to
not my
thank that.
intention to intentionally skip information that you want to deal with. 28 deals with accusations that you said General Mkhwanazi made and said that IDOC belongs to an Indian cabal. Do you want to expand on that?
The disappointment of it all is that after being accused of being an Indian cabal, when Advocate Johnson was a Shamila Batoy sits here, and they break down the demographics of the IPER, the only racial group in this country that was underrepresented was again predictably the Coloureds. I'm not surprised by this. In the Western Cape, years go by without a single colored police officer being advanced. Not one. But there was no outrage. I can imagine what would have happened if black people, white people, or Indian people were underrepresented. There'd have been a commission into a commission, but it's just the Coloureds. Doesn't really matter. Thank you, Advocate.
Okay. Again, Mr. Adams, I mean, I just want to get clarity on, because it goes on to paragraph 30 where you now actually addressed an email to the Minister, the Minister Kachalia, and you've asked for information in relation to the PKTT. Where do you have any evidence that the PKTT has killed and injured minors?
I have been reliably told that the PKTT has killed more than 10 minors since its inception. Some accidentally, or maybe all of them accidentally, but still killed. Now you must remember, if you're going out in the dark looking for a violent suspect, anything looks dangerous. I can understand that. But I'm asking for figures. Tell us how many children the PKTT has killed. No response. Maybe you should be asking the National Commissioner when he comes to sit here. Because he can duck me, Advocate, he cannot duck you.
Mr. Adams, in paragraph 30, of your statement, you say that you've requested information, and I've just briefly talked about how you asked the Commissioner about information about the PKTT. And when one looks at the email that you sent to the Minister, it appears that you do not have much you do not believe, and also from the comments you've just made about the PKTT, South Africa, through the allegations made by General Mkhwanazi and now through the ad hoc committee and the Matlanga Commission, has heard some serious allegations being made about drug syndicates and also senior officials of the police. So it appears, one reads your email, that you do not believe that there's any merit in any of the allegations made by the PKTT, and in particular in relation to the drug syndicates that are said to operate in South Africa. You don't seem to believe any of that.
Let me put it into context for you, Advocate. A cartel. I look at the Colombians. I look at the Russians, the Bulgarians, maybe even the Moroccans. Those are cartels. Cat Matlala is way too small for that job. And when you look at the evidence provided by Lieutenant General Kumalo about the existence of cartels here in this room, you might have well have Googled it. ChatGPT gives you a better description. There's no evidentiary information. The cartels are here. You'd be stupid to dispute that. But Cat Matlala is way too small to be labeled a cartel member or cartel boss rather. But what I think he was, is he was a cash funnel for some very, very powerful people within the South African police services. And if you like, and if you let me, I'll assist you because we're short of time to qualify my statement. If you let me.
It's actually your day, Mr. Adams, and not mine. So you have the floor.
Cat Matlala is a criminal. We can agree to this, all of us. I don't think anybody's going to argue that. But he didn't give himself a 300 million rand tender. He didn't. There was a BAC and a BEC. Now, the National Commissioner sat here and he admitted that someone within the IDAC had notified him that this tender might be going to the wrong person. But he says that he contacted General Fani and told General Fani to have a look. General Fani came back and said, no, it all looks above board, but if there's an investigation, we can act. That if cost the South African taxpayer 50 million rand. But the National Commissioner takes no action against General Fani. Cat Matlala is a criminal. And they've given him access to the health records of every policeman in the country. One click of the mouse and he'll know who has HIV. One click of the mouse and he knows who's got mental health issues. In this country, people kill themselves before they reveal that status. And they've given this to a criminal. This is treason. Now that we've established that he had no right to get that tender and the National Commissioner may well have known, let's shelve that. He didn't pay himself 50 million rand. This money was authorized by the accounting officer of the SAPS, Mr. Fani Masimola, even if he didn't sign it himself. But then it gets worse than that. SIU makes this discovery, not the South African Police Services. If SIU does not investigate this, Cat Matlala is still trading with the SAPS. And in my view, there was never an investigation into Cat. Because if you look at the case docket at his last appearance last month, there's 2 pages in the docket. 2. That's not an investigation, that's a joke.
We know Mr. Mokgotse was also investigating him. What do you know about that? Do you believe that he was busy with an investigation?
It's hard to know what to be. I don't know. I'll be very honest with you, Advocate. I don't know. And I'd rather not have an opinion because I so much want to believe so much of what was said here, and there's so much of what was said here that I just can't believe it. That simply can't be true.
You don't believe that he was busy with the investigation?
Can I sit on the fence just this once?
Okay.
Because I hope he was, but he probably wasn't.
Okay. But, so you're basically saying, and this is in your statement, that the stories that or rather the allegations that are made are theories. The allegations around the syndicates are theories, and that General Kumalo, when he explained the characteristics of syndicates and how they operate, was drawing information from ChatGPT.
If you doubt me, Advocate, just Google it. It's there. He might as well have been quoting you from ChatGPT. This is the whole head of crime intelligence.
I'd like to move on from that and deal with something which you have mentioned quite a number of times, the murder of Cindy Saul. And in your statement, as part of your annexures, you've attached a statement from a person who you say was one of the accused persons, or he's in prison right now. Do you want to just talk about that briefly before I ask you my questions on it?
I just want to tie that into what happens. Patricia Mashali contacted me. This is how I met her. And she asked me to go and meet, if I would meet Bongi Nkosi Dlamini. He was a sergeant in the South African Police Services. So I went to Durban. I went to the Westville prison and I had a long chat with Bongi Nkosi Dlamini. And he was investigating the murder of Mr. Sindiso Mahaka. And this man claims that he was ordered by General Kumalo to arrest the mayor of Durban. And he refused. And weeks later, he was charged with defeating the ends of justice. And he spent 4.5 years in prison without bail, awaiting trial for a non-violent crime. And then he was found guilty by a judge, citing case law that doesn't exist in December. No, sorry. I think it was October. He's sentenced, just please don't quote me, October, it might have been September, but I'm saying October. He is sentenced in October. We are now in March. Found guilty in October. We are now in March. He still hasn't been sentenced. Because the minute they sentence him, he can appeal. So they leave this man to rot in jail. When I speak to this man, who I believe is a good policeman, was a good policeman, he says to me, there's someone inside of this prison that you should meet. I say, who? He says it's the murderer, one of the hitmen in the Sindiso Mahaka case. I meet this man. He says to me, he speaks Zulu, he doesn't speak English, so we have to get a translator. I want to tell the truth. I say to him, I can't cut you a deal. He says, I don't want a deal, I want to tell the truth. He says they were paid to kill Mrs. Sindiso Mahaka. He says that they were escorted to and from the scene of the crime by the South African Police Services. Now it's been confirmed that the AK-47, which killed one of our finest, was supplied by crime intelligence. And when General Kumalo sits here, he says, no, the investigation is still ongoing. 4 years later, with a hitman begging to confess. This is crime intelligence for you.
Can I just ask?
I just need to finish, Advocate, because this is a sore point for me. In the attachments is the confession of the hitman. I suggest you read it tonight. But the same name keeps coming up. I can promise you now, if you saw Fadiel Adams at a drug den 5 times, you'd say he was on drugs. You've done more than see a certain general at a drug den more than 5 times. Draw your own inference. I'm not telling you where to go. Thank you, Advocate.
I was just going to direct members to where the statement is. It's on page 83 to 94 of the bundle, and then it has an annexure to it as well. And the statement was deposed by Mr. Sibusiso Malusi Tengwa, and we have a stamp. It's not signed. The date is not signed, put on it by the Commission of Oath, but there's a stamp that indicates that it was deposed on the 26th of November, 2025.
I cannot confirm the date offhand, Advocate. I cannot, but if the stamp is there, then so be it.
Yeah, and the Commission of Oaths has a stamp and it's dated 26 November 2025. So in the statement, in paragraph 19 on page 91, the deponent actually confirms that you did go and visit him, and that you visited him with Mr. Mbanjwa.
Yes, round about right.
No, sorry, with Mr. Bonginkosi Dlamini, he says got Mr. Adams in paragraph 19. Mr. Adams got in contact with me with the help of Bonginkosi Dlamini. As I told Mr. Dlamini,
And conclude the point, Honorable Advocate Mukhais.
okay. And then you say, sure. As I told Mr. Dlamini of my problem, and he was amongst the first of the investigators, and he is now arrested regarding the same matter. So this is the deponent saying you visited him with Mr. He got in contact with you through Mr. Dlamini, who is now arrested, and Mr. Dlamini was one of the first investigators into this matter.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Honorable Skosan.
Thank you, Chair. Just a clarity on that. The killer of Sindiso Makaka was sentenced for 25 years. Am I right?
He's one of the hitmen. I don't know if he pulled the trigger, sir. He was part of the.
No. I'm saying the killer who killed Comrade Sindiso Makaka was sentenced for 25 years.
Yes, sir.
And we are saying he's still waiting to be.
He's waiting to tell the whole truth, sir. He's begging to tell the whole truth. Who paid them? The names of the people who drove them.
So when he was sentenced, when he was the mitigation, he didn't tell what happened.
He didn't tell, sir.
Okay, thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Honorable Skosana.
Honorable Sols.
Oh, Chair, I missed the advocate when they were dealing with the sworn affidavit. The documents we have, it stops at page 83, attachment FAA8. The sworn affidavit stops at paragraph 3, and we have nothing else after that, Chair. So we couldn't follow.
Chairperson, just while the advocate is looking for that annexure, can I just go and see someone just to get a tablet for my shoulder, please, man? I want to finish tonight. I'm going to sit here all night if I have to. I just need some relief, please, man. Thank you.
I don't know why some of them have it and some don't, because this one has it. It's called the annexure bundle. I don't know if you're looking at the exhibit bundle. The annexure bundle. But this one has it.
I'm not the only one, advocate.
Yeah, this one has it.
Can other members just confirm so it doesn't look like it's just me alone?
But here's one. You can have this one.
EFF, do you have the whole? State for the record. Now it looks like I am the only one.
And the
Everyone.
Nobody has it. Nobody.
Honorable Vessels, please confirm.
Nobody. I confirm. Nobody.
Thank you.
There's no GMU today. It's just MPs.
Okay, but the statement is on page. That one is one. No, it's not because of the statement. This one is the statement. This incorrect, it has a statement. Yeah. Yeah, but it starts on page, but it's the statement. It starts with the statement. Okay, yes, Chair, and we're very close to finishing. Okay, so Mr. Honorable Adams, we are now at page 92, paragraph 22 of the statement, if you could just go to the annexure bundle. Do you have the statement in front of you? Do you have the same problem?
I'm almost there.
It's there, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Paragraph?
Paragraph 22.
Yes, ma'am.
Paragraphs are oddly numbered. So paragraph 22, but then there's a paragraph just below the first paragraph of 22. And it starts with Advocate Matlala was paid by Fadiel Adams and Mary Haas. They are the ones who ended up assisting me as I had no money left. Mr. Mbanjwa and Advocate Kaba has exhausted all my funds. So you were responsible with Mary Haas to pay for his legal fees.
The gentleman in question had asked me, and I said if I could, I would contribute. And the next thing that I knew, Patricia Mashali called me to tell me that the legal fees had been taken care of. So I didn't have the time or the opportunity to contribute, but I would have certainly have done so. Certainly would have done so. I just didn't. I think that Mr. Haas found someone to pay it. I don't even know if she paid it, but I had made a commitment that when the lawyer needed to be paid, I would certainly contribute. But it just happened before I did.
So this witness lied.
I think he's still under the impression that because I committed to it, that I did.
Ms. Mashale, I think also, as you indicated, has also mentioned that I believe she also said that you helped provided financial aid.
I actually didn't. I can
You
tell you,
didn't.
I can tell you off the top of my head that I did not.
So, and I think I've asked this to every witness that seems to mention the other witnesses that have appeared before us. Now, Ms. Mashale and Mary Dahas, we know they belong to a WhatsApp group and they appear to have a very close relationship. Are you part of the WhatsApp group? How do you know them?
I have Patricia Mashali on WhatsApp. I do not have Mrs. Ms. Dahas on WhatsApp at the moment. I do intend to add her because I have a new number. I know Patricia Mashali because she reached out to me and she was very supportive of me when I was trying to get this thing going. When she was I don't think I'd be here if it wasn't for Professor Mary Dahas. I think I called her. I think we've had about 2 or 3, maybe 3 telephonic discussions, just verifying information and that type of thing. I would, for instance, call her up and say, I called the professor at the time, I probably still will. Professor, do you know anything about, for argument's sake, honorable souls? And she would maybe say, yeah, you know what, you used to do this, that, and the other, but there's nothing serious in there. But I can tell you that Patricia Mashali has like a sister to me.
So the one thing that strikes one heavy when you read your statement is the I don't know what to call it, but a quiet parent. You don't seem to find anything truthful in General Kumalo, and you have a serious. This is actually probably the most appropriate way to put it. You have serious distrust in crime intelligence. Now it seems that it stretches over to the members of the PKTT, the National Commissioner, General Mkhwanazi, all these senior officials. Where did it start? Where did it start? And I ask this because I see, and again, I refer to the other witnesses. There's a number of allegations, very similar in nature, that seems to circulate, and these are all aimed against the PKTT, crime intelligence, and General Mkhwanazi and General Kumalo. When did it start? And where and who? how did it come about that you all seem to, you have the same information and you all appear very eager to make it known and to have these charges pursued, and it seems with not much success. And I tell you why I ask, it's twofold. To first of all understand the relationship in this group and your eagerness and the distrust against crime intelligence, but also if these allegations that you are making and these other witnesses, if there's any merit in it, then then I'm asking so that the committee can come to your aid, because it's more than one person that have raised the same allegations over and over again.
I have a serious distrust of generals who lie to the public and to Parliament. I have a serious distrust. So I hope that explains part of that. The PKTT, for me, is a total waste of money. I actually don't care what anybody says. You have a unit, excluding SNTs and overtime and salaries, costing us 100 million a year. I say you could probably double that. Huh? Investigating a handful of murders. And then on the Cape Flats, you got an AGU combating 3,000 murders a year with 7 million rand to spend. Can you see the disparity? And let me be brutal and blatant about it. The PKTT is not investigating a single death that is non-black. And it gets overfunded. And on the Cape Flats, we are losing 3,000 youngsters a year. And the AGU gets underfunded. They put a different premium on a colored life in this country. And I think it's disgusting. So for me, if anybody is going to try and justify the existence of a unit that last year investigated one murder at a cost of 100 million rand, excluding SNTs, excluding overtime, excluding salaries, while we're burying 3-year-olds out here. 3-year-olds. It just doesn't make sense. The PKTT must be disbanded, whether you use the word immediately or not.
So it started with the disbandment. Is that where it all started for you, with the disbandment?
No.
When did it start? Because you in your statement as well, you say that you used to think very highly of General Mkhwanazi. You used to see him as somebody who was a suitable candidate for the post of National Commissioner.
Yes, ma'am.
So where did it start?
For me, it started in portfolio. It started when I picked up on little things, when they're ducking, they're diving, when they're telling little white lies, but you're picking up on it. I just know, man, this is not what it's supposed to be. And trust me when I tell you, it's not personal, but it's fast becoming personal, but it's not personal. It's not meant to be personal.
I think we're nearing the end of your statement,
Honorable,
but there is.
Honorable Skosana.
A quick one, Chair. I just wanted to get it clear from our witness. He says that whatever we are thinking about the PKTT, it doesn't care because it has one indicated one murder, 400 million. Am I right if I hear you well?
Yes, you heard me fine.
Is that a fact?
You were in the 5th of March meeting, Honorable
Yes, I
Susana,
am, yes.
where it was said that they had one politically motivated killing that year. Now, we have 2,999 more murders than that in the Cape Flats, and we're not getting those type of resources. Do you understand that a colored life is worth something too?
No. Remember, there is a unit in Cape Town. You know about that. I'm talking about PKTT now. The other unit will talk about once we start questioning you. We are saying to us, 100 million was used to instigate one murder. I'm just asking, is that what we are saying to us?
I'm saying one murder happened for the year.
For a year, one murder, which is
One politically motivated murder. He said it, not me. General Kumalo said it, not me. So
we'll come to.
let me
to that.
quantify it for you. So before that, they had, I think, 50 dockets to conclude.
No. What I wanted to find out, you are saying it's one murder a year. That's just what you said.
I'm not saying it. Lieutenant General Kumalo said it in the 5th
no,
of March in portfolio that they had one political murder for the year. One.
But you don't understand what I mean. Remember, I sit in that committee with you. I'm saying here, we are telling us, let's forget about General Kumalo, yourself. We are saying to us that they've spent over 100 million for one murder.
I'm going to say it again. The PKTT's budget, operating budget for the year is 100 million rand. Last year, they had.
No, I know it is. I know.
Can I finish?
Yeah.
Last year, they had one politically motivated murder. One. I'm saying there's no way we can justify that. No way. It's impossible.
But let me tell you, it's not true. But we'll come to that.
No, then you need to tell General Kumalo that it's not true, because I didn't make that presentation, sir.
No, I remember we responded to General Kumalo when he was here. And you have to respond to us, because we are the one who's telling us as well. Am I right?
I didn't make that presentation.
But we are
I'm quoting the presentation. So you're arguing with the wrong person, sir. Or would you like me to play the slide?
No, I have.
Thank you.
I have. We will ask you. I just wanted to find out that you remember you are under oath. And Kumalo was under oath. If he liked to us as well, General Kumalo, Lieutenant General Kumalo, he will, for his own sake, he's going to be the one who will be responding to us. Why did he misled this committee? So hence to you, I'm saying to you, you are saying to us, one political killing for 1 year.
For the first
100
time, sir,
million.
yes.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Let's proceed, Advocate. The time that I have allocated for you to conclude.
I will finish. We left with one topic and one extra question before we move on to that topic. Ms. Honorable Adams, paragraph 41 of your statement, you say that Mr. Bonginkosi Dlamini is not the only person or policeman who's being abused by the system. And then you say your personal interaction with General Mkhwanazi was when you texted him about your view in relation to the finding in Major General Khan's disciplinary proceeding.
Yes, Advocate. Like I say, I had great admiration for General Mkhwanazi. And the information that I had, and the information that, like I said, I couldn't confirm it, but it spoke of a police general stopping a heist that was facilitated by policemen of about 700 million rands worth of drugs. And then this policeman who stops the heist gets charged. And they want to dismiss this man using the infamous Section 9 rule. But the policemen facilitating the heist, the ones he caught, they're still at work. They weren't charged. And General Mkhwanazi found General Khan not guilty. And I sent him a text message. I said, well done, General. That was the right thing to do. That's the only interaction I've had with General. And I think he responded with a thank you. And that was it. I've never contacted him again. And that wasn't done for any other reason except the fact that the man stopped 700 million rands of drugs from hitting our streets, and you want to get rid of him. Like, who makes a call like that? Lieutenant General Kumalo. Now, I'm going to save you some time, Advocate. I want to demonstrate to you how crime intelligence in this country works. They want to get rid of General Theo. They do. They fire the man for losing his service pistol. Brilliant. I've got a list here of policemen who lost their service pistols. All of them are still at work. But in crime intelligence, when they want to make your life a misery to get rid of you, they will take your wife's status, or what they assume to be your wife's HIV status, put it on a police letterhead and circulate it. It's in the attachments. This is crime intelligence. If they want to get rid of you, whether they lock you up, whether they defame you, whether they use Section 9, whether they use your family against you, this is what they will do. This, in my view, is how cartel operates.
Can I just ask in relation to General Khan's disciplinary proceedings? Do they make the information available at the portfolio committee? And I'm asking this because I'm trying to understand would you know the merits of whatever charges were laid against him and that caused the disciplinary proceeding to be instituted against him?
You know,
How do you know the facts?
Advocate, I tell you again, I miss Andre Lincoln. If that man told you this is on, it's on. If he told you that Honorable James is doing that, she's doing that. He told me. That's how I know about the policeman that facilitated the drug heist. Let Kumalo come here and deny it. 6 or 7 policemen facilitated the drug heist. General Khan caught them. He was charged. They were left at work.
Honorable Ngolo.
Thanks, Chair. Very quick one. On the police official who lost his service pistol and got fired. Is it not that he got fired not on the basis of losing the pistol, but on the basis of losing the pistol and manufacturing lies of how the pistol was lost? Was he not fired on those bases?
Chief, he was fired using Section 9, not through a DC. That's why it's before the CCMA right now.
The point is, I don't know what section is it, but the point is, was the firing on the basis of losing a service pistol, or was it on the basis of losing a service pistol and make misrepresentations to the police service?
Okay, let me answer it for you this way. There was no DC, so there's no minutes. But I'll answer it for you in another way. Let's say that he was fired for fabricating evidence. General Ushaba was charged with defeating the ends of justice. He's still at work. The officer who laid the charge against him was fired using Section 9. Where's the consistency here?
No, but you don't get my point, Honorable Adams. Leave those examples because it's a complete different issue, that one. I'm saying, you say in your statement, this police official was fired on the basis of losing a service pistol, and other police officials did not get fired on those bases. So I am asking to you, was he fired on the basis of losing the pistol or on the basis of fabricating how the pistol was actually lost?
Can I maybe recommend that you get that man here and he can tell you? Because what I can tell you is if he fabricated information, then he's defeating the...
So
Let
if
me
you
finish.
say,
No,
wait. No, wait.
Chair, this is not going to work.
No,
Chair,
I
this
don't
is not going to
want
work.
to do that. You're a
No,
witness.
you're doing that. I'm
No,
talking.
no.
I have the
No.
mic, sir.
No.
No.
Honorable Adams, you're a witness here.
Respect for all
You're
men,
going
and
to
don't-
behave as a witness.
No.
You're going to behave as a
But
witness.
you will not intimidate me.
I'm not intimidating.
Honorable
Chief,
Chair,
I was
asking a question.
Chairperson, you cannot ask me a question and not allow me to answer.
and Honorable Adams.
The person is going to behave as a witness.
Yeah,
He's not going to determine how we do things.
Honorable member.
just one moment. Just
Yeah.
one moment. Let's do it like this. Can you look at each other?
No. I won't look at anyone.
No, Chair, there's no love to be made here. I was answering his question and the next thing I know he's down my throat.
Chair,
If he's not going to allow me to answer the question, then he shouldn't ask me anything.
Chair, have you not recognized
You
me?
have not said any of you must speak.
Have you not recognized me?
I have not said any of you must speak. I'm calming you. Can you look at each other?
No, Chair, I'm not going to look at him.
Chair, can I proceed?
Honorable Adams and Honorable.
He cannot proceed. I was talking. He cannot proceed.
Honorable Adams.
Chair, we're not going to be
Honor-
dictated by a witness when.
And I will not be
proceed.
bullied.
Honorable.
It won't happen.
Honorable Ngolo and
It won't happen, Chair.
Honorable Adams. If you can't look at each other,
I'm not going to look at him, Chair. I'm not going to.
may you please look at me?
I'll look at you, Chair. You're a good looking man.
No, I have not said any one of you must speak. I'm saying, look at me. Look at me, honorable members. We have started these proceedings on a good note. And whatever time this morning when we conclude, we must conclude on a good note. You know, just last week, it's not even a week because Thursday is only tomorrow. We had a witness who stood up in the proceedings and left. And when he left, the chair kept on calling the witness for his attention. And the witness never dared to look at the chairperson. And so now, when I call you by names, and you can't listen to me when I call you, I become scared that you may want to do the same things that we saw happening last week. Can you please listen to me, honorable members? Yes. Let me start by saying this to you, Honorable Adams, because I have been observing. When members ask you questions, you say to them, call that person to come and respond. If you made that statement in your affidavit, or if you make a statement in your affidavit and you are unable to substantiate it, then that part must be withdrawn, because you can't make a statement and when members ask you a question, you say you must call that person to come and respond to these things. I don't think it's going to help us in these proceedings. What we request from you is that you give us honest answers. If you are unable to respond to a question, you can just indicate that I do not have an answer to that question, because if members ask you questions based on your statement and you refer them to another witness or another person who may not even be a witness, it's like an exchange of banter. So let's not take that route. And then Honorable Ngola. Honorable Adams is not the first witness to appear before you. There are many other witnesses that have appeared before you, and we have not seen the side that you want to show us today. Can we please persuade you to maintain your calm and ask the witness the questions that you want to ask him? Thank you so much. You can proceed.
Thanks, Chair.
My hand is up. Chair.
Chair, we have
Chair,
always.
my hand is up.
Yeah, he's still asking questions.
No,
You will come. We'll come after you.
No, it's not a question, Chair.
Okay.
Chair, I think on issues of discipline, we must not be neutral. What the witness is doing to Honorable Ngola is completely wrong, Chair. And he's not doing it for the first time to Honorable Ngola. We've been observing, we're quiet observing here. And that behavior, the attitude, he has no decorum. He has done it with Honorable Skosana. A person who asks a question, Chair, has a right to stop a witness when he feels that the question has been adequately responded to. Now, Honorable Ngola is trying to stop him, and he insists on continuing, despite being told that, no, we have responded to a question, stop, I want to ask another question. So that behavior is wrong. He's doing it with our honorable members, and I'm afraid if you do not reprimand him, he will do it with us as well. And things are going to turn ugly, because some of us are not going to tolerate that behavior. So he must be reprimanded, Chairperson, without being neutral. There's no need for being neutral. The witness is wrong. And what he is doing is not an honorable member before us now. He's a witness and he must behave as such. Thank you.
Yeah. What I'm saying to yourselves is that no matter how justified you may be, that does not take the politeness away from yourselves. It depends on how you address the witness. If you dignify the witness with the manner in which you address him or her, that is what is going to help us to move the proceedings faster. So honorable members, we do not have to use the authority of our institution to tremble on other persons. We are a committee of parliament. Every witness that comes before us, no matter how wrong the witness may be, we are leadership. We must prevail. Honorable Adams, I want to request you to restrain yourself from doing the things that honorable members say they have observed on your part. I want us to have peaceful proceedings. At the end of these proceedings, you will still be with us in the National Assembly. You are going to be with us in the buses that take us to Parliament every day. So we don't have to conduct ourselves as if we don't know each other. We know each other very well. We've been working here since the last elections. Let's make this committee work. Let's make this committee succeed. You can proceed, Honorable Ngcobo.
Thank you, Chair. Chair, we have always adopted the modus operandi in all the witnesses. I won't list all of them who would have tried to get and tried to design or redesign how we conduct the proceedings, and we would have spoken against such kind, and it won't start tonight. That will be told by the witness how and where, when must we conduct the proceedings. The issue, Chair, here in contention, Honorable Adams makes an allegation in his statement that there is a police official that was fired due to losing a service pistol, when other police officials who lost service pistols were not actually fired in the service. So the question we asked following that was that the basis of the firing, was it on the losing of the service pistol or of the fabrication of the evidence thereof? Now, the end response from the witness was that maybe we should call that particular person and ask me. But it can't be acceptable because it's an allegation he made in his statement. Then he must be able to justify what he is alleging in his statement. If he has no further knowledge, he can say so. So that when we assess the evidence that has been tabled before this committee, we are able to trace and say, there is no justification in this kind of an allegation. So we're not definitely, Chair, not going to take the response that we must call that other person when the person who's actually making the allegation is here in front of us. Thank you, Chair. I'm done.
Honorable Adams, do you have a response to the question that has been?
Of course, you may, benevolent Chair. Chairperson, I've put it in my statement that General Theo was fired for losing his firearm. That's the information before me. I've supplied the committee. I'm going to supply the committee with a list of other policemen who've done the same thing. The member asked a very valid question. I attempt to answer. The member doesn't like the answer. I say to them, maybe. You heard him say, maybe. I'm not telling this committee what to do. Maybe, because all the facts would be with the person affected. Next thing I know, the member's down my throat. Next thing I know, people are complaining about my behavior. I didn't come here to be like chairperson. I'm almost through. I've been polite to everybody inside here. People are using the advocate's time, right? And getting upset when I give an answer. You can get upset on your own time. That's okay. Honorable Susana asked me the same question 5 times.
Yeah,
I answered him 5 times. Listen, understand, chairperson. I'm trying to work with everybody here.
You
Now,
must-
if people are going to get upset because
you
of
must- you must
nitty-gritty
not
things,
be-
we're never going to get through this.
You must not be impatient with them. Our work is to probe, and when
100%, Chair, and I'm here to be probed, chairperson.
yes, we can ask you one question in many ways. We are probing. Advocate Mohaitz, I have given you an extension by 30 minutes.
Chair, I just need 5 minutes, actually. Or rather,
Okay, just wait. Honorable Skosan has hand this up.
Thank you, Chair. I just wanted to,
No, you are protected by the chairperson.
Yeah.
It's me who has.
no, I'm
recognized
listening,
you.
Chair. Yeah, it's fine. Because I don't want to have gestures. And because, if there's gestures, I get distracted. What I wanted to find out, a quick one, you spoke about,
Chairperson, excuse me, Honorable Susana. Can you just repeat what you said?
no, I'm still going to ask. I just kept quiet because there are some people talking. So what I'm saying, Chair, I wanted to find out from the honorable member. You spoke about Lincoln because I don't want to mix the two. I think you're talking about Comrade Lincoln, who was the general here. Is it the same general who joined your party, NCC?
Yes, General Andre Lincoln.
Yeah, what I'm saying is the one who was your member.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay. Let's proceed.
I'm sorry, Chairperson. I lost something about distractive from Honorable Susana, so I'm still confused. That's what I asked him to repeat.
No, when I recognized him to speak, there were mamas around him. So that's why he did not look at you. He was also disoriented. He was looking around to hear where those mamas were coming
Oh,
from.
my apologies, Chairperson.
That's why I said, no, you must speak because I have recognized you as the
No,
chair.
no, I was just scared I wasn't answering his question in full. That's why I asked him to repeat. Sorry, apologies.
Okay. Advocate Mohaitz.
thank you, Chair. Mr. Adams, we are dealing with, I believe, the final topic in your statement on it starts on page 14. It's
Yeah.
the defamation.
If you can please make sure that you conclude that topic in 30 minutes, I think
Yeah, Chair, I think.
it will save our time.
Yeah, I think it might even take less. It really also depends on Honorable Adams because this might be a topic that he feels strongly about, and I think I want to give him an opportunity to speak on it, a fair opportunity to speak on it. Honorable Adams, under this topic, you make allegations that General Mkonazi lied under oath. And when he made aspersions on every member of the bench, politicians, and the judiciary. You also say that he made defamation, or rather he defamed you and Minister Mkunu and Honorable Kona Barnett. Do you want to just elaborate on that?
The general at the press conference alluded to politicians that were protecting the cartels. He only named 3 politicians. It was myself, Honorable Kola Barnard, and a suspended Minister Mkunu. I can't stretch my imagination far enough to imagine any one of the 3 of us being involved in cartels. So the general lied. The general also defamed the entire judiciary by claiming judges were involved, but he didn't produce a name. There's a question mark over every judge in this country right now because General Mkonazi said so.
Is your version that General Mkonazi actually said that yourself, Honorable Corner Barnett, and Minister Mgunu are part of a cartel? Is that,
No,
he
no,
did not say that.
no. He said that there are politicians that are part of the cartels or protecting the cartels. But when he came to this house, he only spoke about Honorable Kola Barnett, myself, and the minister. He didn't mention anyone else. But he doesn't have the evidence or the balls to say, Adams, you are connected to a cartel. Listen to how I say it to you. Jerome Kwanazi lied. I have the evidence and the balls to say it.
What is that evidence of his
It's right
lies?
before you. He said that the judiciary was implicated. He sat here. When he was asked to name the judges, he couldn't. He lied.
So when you say the evidence, it means your statement.
No, ma'am, his words, not mine. He said he will name them at the right place. This was the right place. He lied.
Okay. And then you also speak about the charges that you laid at IDEC. Now, there was an internal investigation, which we've learned that the National Commissioner commissioned into the allegation, or rather the charges that were made by IDEC against General Kumalo and General Lushaba. And I take it the purpose of the allegation of the investigation was to see if there was any wrongdoing on their part. You speak about this in paragraph 47 and 48 of your statement, and it appears that you were not happy with the outcome of that investigation. Do you suggest it was irregular?
I couldn't be happy with the outcome of that investigation because the provincial commissioner of the Western Cape ruled that these people had done nothing without seeing any evidence. Now, if indeed I had to hand him the evidence, General Patekile doesn't have a security clearance. He couldn't have handled that evidence. Do you understand what is wrong here? Furthermore, I contacted General Patekile in the heat of all of this a few months ago. I called him, I said, General, I can take care of my own security. I just need a threat and risk assessment done. I need to know where the blind spots are. You tell me where to look, my people will look at it. 4 days later, I WhatsApped him. I said, General, this is an urgent thing. Or you're waiting for me to get killed or something like that. The next day, I got a phone call. I declined it immediately. I don't trust the SAPS. Understand this. Witnesses are getting killed. I asked the provincial commissioner in the Western Cape, the same provincial commissioner that finds these people not guilty, do a TRA for me, please. He doesn't.
Mr. Adams, so what are you telling South Africans?
I'm telling
As a member of the Portfolio Committee on Police, are you telling South Africans that they shouldn't dare try to approach SAPS or put their trust and faith in SAPS when they want to get some sort of assistance or intervention, or when their safety is under threat, that SAPS is not the go-to?
Babita Diokaran said so. She's dead. Sandisa Mahaka said so. He's dead. General Kumalo sat here and told you that 90% of the South African police services in Gauteng is corrupt. What do you want me to tell South Africa? He told us that 90% of Gauteng SAPS is corrupt. I don't know how we arrived at that conclusion, but do you know what he's done to the morale of the Gauteng SAPS? Now, do you people understand that these are people that just don't care? They'll say anything to save their own skins.
We don't see any evidence of any of these serious allegations that you've made.
The WhatsApp chat between myself and General Patekile, I can send to this committee.
But what would that tell us?
That would tell you that I asked for a TRA from the commissioner of this province and that he dilly-dallied, and I almost got the impression that I was being left out, that I was being hung out to dry. That's the impression I got. Now, if you doubt what I'm saying to you, there's a commission report out in the Western Cape that the top management of the South African Police Services is working with a numbers gang. It's a finding. It's not me saying it. Do you understand why we don't trust the SAPS? Do you understand why I ducked these people? Do you understand why my dockets got missing now?
Did it implicate the people that you've mentioned here? You've mentioned the
I-
National Commissioner, you've mentioned General Kumalo and Mkonazi. Are you implicating them?
It actually doesn't implicate the three of them. I'm talking about the top management of the Western Cape SAPS. Now, I've not seen the report because the Premier has yet to release it. But I know for a fact that it does implicate some of the very top management of the South African Police Service, Western Cape.
Honorable Adams, is there anything else that you'd like to add before we hand over to the members?
You know, ma'am, there's such a lot I want to say, but I can see tired minds here. And because I'm actually looking forward to the cross questioning, I'm going to say nothing for now. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Chair. That concludes the reading of evidence.
Skosana.
Clarity seeking question, Chair. He says that General Mkwanazi lied about the judges, and I think General Mkwanazi spoke about the judiciary. We as politicians here, in particular, about me, I've spoken about judges and I even named some of them on bail as we speak. As we speak here, they are on bail. So even if he said judges, some of the judges are alleged that they are busy with corruption. I mean, that would be tested as well. For you to say he lied, and he never spoken about judges, said the judiciary. You can go back again. But thank you. I just wanted that clarity to say that when you say he lied, because we are not finished as yet. We'll have our finding, a report to Parliament.
Honorable Susana,
Yes.
if I had made that statement, you would have asked for names. If I failed to provide names, you would have thought I was lying. I'm asking for consistency, like I did in the case of General Teo. That's all I'm asking for. Treat every witness the same, treat all evidence the same. Then South Africa wins. That's all I'm asking for. Thank you.
Thank you, Chair.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Advocate Mukhaitz. Thank you so much, Honorable Adams, for the evidence that has been presented before the committee. We have now reached a stage where members must be allocated an opportunity to ask the witness questions. Can I check members who want to ask questions? Those who want to ask questions must raise their hands. I see. Wait.
Point of clarity, Chair.
No. Wait.
Point of clarity.
Yes.
Who wants to ask question tonight or
Yes.
even tomorrow?
Yes, we're taking questions now.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Can I check members who want to ask questions? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Honorable James, your hand is not up. I assume that we are not going to be triggered.
No, I'll go tomorrow, Chair, because there are certain things that I need to verify.
Yeah.
There are certain things that I need to verify before I can ask my questions.
No, tomorrow we have Mr. Paulo Sullivan and Miss Sarah Jane Trent. Mr. Adams will not come back again because we are finishing tonight. Can I see how much time you need per speaker? Honorable Sangoni, how much time do you need?
15 minutes, Chair. Thank you.
Honorable Nola.
15 minutes, Chair. ANC speaks in one voice, late at night.
20 minutes, Chair.
Honorable Nomvalo.
Chair, you called my name?
Yes.
20 minutes.
You need 20 minutes.
Yeah, I'm just only adding 5 for my own.
Honorable Nomvalo.
15, all of us.
For the MKP.
MKP.
Okay. The DA.
No, not combined, Chair. I'm sorry,
Yes.
15.
Yeah, I heard you. Yeah.
Yeah.
The DA.
Sorry, 20 for me, Chair, and 15 for my colleague. Thank you.
20 minutes for you and 15 for Honorable Thaupa. The EFF,
Teacher,
30
30 minutes, Chair.
minutes. Okay. The IFP,
30.
30 minutes. Okay. The PA,
Take a guess, Chair. Take a guess, Chair.
you need 30 minutes.
Thank you very much, Chairperson.
Thank you so much. Honorable James,
20 minutes, Chair.
20 minutes. Honorable Vessels,
10 minutes.
10 minutes. Can we start, Honorable Sangwan?
Chairperson, just before my honorable leader starts, can I just go to the bathroom just to wash my face, please? When I'm really hurting, I'll be back in 5. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Chair, so we're going home at 3 o'clock tomorrow morning.
I have given you the time that you need. That is my work as the chair, is to allocate members the time they request.
Chair,
Honorable Matthys,
Chair, the committee did not agree that we were going to do questions tonight. We did not agree when we were making a decision on how many witnesses we must have here. When we finalized, from what I understand, we said we will finish with the advocate and then the evidence leaders will take Honorable Adams and then we will schedule another day for him to come in, answer questions. That is what we agreed to. And now you are pulling something on us. That is what we said, because we knew what time we were going to have, and we had a feeling that Honorable Adams was going to take a lot of time. And it's also not fair for a witness, especially someone who has expressed that he has pain, to be sitting here for such a long time as well, Chair. And we even said we can schedule Honorable Adams because he's a full-time member of Parliament and he lives in Cape Town. So it would be easy for us to maneuver for him to come back and ask questions. So you laughing there. I know you were winding us up, but I thought maybe you were going to just go with this. But 3 o'clock is not something we should do. And we're also not going to be able to do justice to the work we're supposed to do as members of Parliament.
Honorable Nomvalo.
Yeah, thanks, Chair. No, Chair, I fully agree with Honorable Matthys. Yeah, we must be considerate of many factors. This is this committee, Chair, is broadcast also to members of society. We must not only think for ourselves. If really we have appetite of staying for the whole night, we must think that this is not our committee. The public is also interested in the proceedings. Now, when we have night vigils, Chair, which are unannounced because people are not prepared to stay for the whole night to watch TV and so on. And also, there are workers here that we must think of. There are workers from the media. There are workers from who are not paid for overtime. So let's not be. I don't want to say let's not be self-centered because that would sound rude. But I'm saying let's be considerate of many factors and not only think of rushing, because it looks like now we're under pressure and we want to rush things. I don't think, Chair, it's healthy, and I don't think it's ideal to stay beyond 1 o'clock or even 12 o'clock.
Yeah, I have not opened for discussions. One is that on the table where I'm sitting, there is no decision that we are not concluding with Mr. Adams tonight. Let me see if it is still tonight. Yeah, it is still tonight. There is no decision. The committee members have agreed during the day that the only witness that we are releasing was Mr. Chet. And then we are proceeding with 2 witnesses. And so far in the proceedings, I have not heard any complaint from Mr. Adams. The last complaint that I recorded here was from Mr. Paul O'Sullivan. That is the last complaint in my records. Mr. Adams has never complained that he's not in a position to proceed. He has never raised that matter. And even members of the public, when we sit here, if the microphone is not working well, they will send us feedback to say, please check your microphones. So far, there is no record of any member of the public saying we've been watching you the whole day. We think
Actually,
now
on the chat,
now
there
is the
are.
time.
People are saying that it's late. When are we concluding? They want to
Can
go
you
to
just
bed.
read one message? Because we were a committee.
Let me try and find it.
We're not a committee of facts, we're a committee of evidence.
Chair, my hand is still up.
No, we're not a committee of facts, we're a committee of evidence. Honorable James, read.
I am looking for it, Chair. I saw it. I kid you not. People were saying, I can't believe I'm making food this time. I'm going to bed. It's late. I was reading those messages.
Yeah, no, read it before us here. Both of you, either yourself or Honorable Nomvalo, whoever gets the message first.
You can't get the message, we're sleeping, Chair. Everybody's sleeping. We don't have an audience now.
Chairman, I can sponsor a message from Lonwabo Bam who says there's no sound on 408 Asiniva Emakai.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, we've got one message from Freddie saying it's late, Chair, and tomorrow we have something to do.
Okay.
Yeah, we go. Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, there is one message which
Yeah.
says we're working, it's late.
Yes.
I speak on behalf of South Africa. And this one is addressed to the chairperson to say, Chairperson, please, we want to sleep. Okay, let me check with the witness first. Honorable Adams, do you have any problem with us proceeding?
Until
Chairperson.
3 o'clock.
Chairperson, I'm hurting, but let's finish this. This is our opportunity to show South Africa how dedicated we as parliamentarians are. Why would we want to burn this opportunity, Chairperson? I'm hurting, I'm not lying to you.
You are ready that we can proceed?
Chairperson, I want to finish this. Let's do this.
Okay.
Besides, why would I want to give them time to regroup?
Yeah. The witness is saying that he wants to have this done and dusted. Honorable Skosana.
Chair, when we started, you remember what I said? We had 3 witnesses. I've said it earlier. So I'm saying chickens are coming home to roost. Thank you.
What does that mean? Because if you
It means that I've told you so.
if you speak in
I've told you so.
if you speak
That
in-
we're gonna
in
finish at 3 or 4. That's what I said earlier. Let's do it.
That's exactly
Thank you.
what I said when we started with honorable members. Listen. We need to reconcile ourselves to the reality of the situation we face. I warned you about the hours that you are going to need. When Advocate Mashuka was still here, that we are going to finish with Advocate Mashuka around 7 o'clock. And you are going to need 5 hours with Honorable Adams, and you are going to need 5 hours with Mr. Chetty. And then the committee said, no, let's release Mr. Chetty and continue with Mr. Adams. He is here, the engine is roaring. He says, no, no, no. Where I stand is like I'm starting the trip now. Let's get onto the road. Honorable Sol.
Chair, we will end up spending time until 3 discussing the issue. Be decisive, Chair. Make a ruling. Let's go.
Yes, the first speaker from the African National Congress is Honorable Sangon.
Chair, since we have not heard you make a ruling, I thought you were rotating the matter for guidance. Honorable Skosana speaks about what people said, and if I could just remind Chair of what our proposal had been, was that we finish with Advocate Mashuka, we then take Honorable Adams' evidence, and we come back and we discuss or we engage him tomorrow. That was our proposal. Now, Chairperson, if when you make a ruling, because I'm assuming you have not yet made a ruling, if when you make a ruling, there's a possibility of members engaging tomorrow, the African National Congress would prefer to engage tomorrow. We share the sentiments that have been raised with other members about it being late and the fact that we would be rushing through it, and we would not be doing justice to the issues that we need to canvass with Honorable Adams. Thank you, Chair.
Yeah, no, Chair, we've advanced all our reasons. Unless we're going to pay overtime to all these workers who are here, we can stay. But if we don't have that money, let's go home and come back tomorrow. But 2, we're tired, Chair. We've been here since morning and we're expected to wake up tomorrow. So we don't want to do a tick box exercise. We want to do an effective exercise here. Let's not rush to finish. Let's rush to be impactful on our work. Thank you.
The Democratic Alliance has not spoken.
Thank you, Chairperson. I would be very shocked if there was anyone in this room who hasn't pulled an all-nighter. There's absolutely no reason. The witness is here. He's willing to speak. We're here. We've all agreed on the time we're prepared to use. So we've now wasted nearly an hour deciding whether we should decide this or not. I mean, it's a complete waste of time. Let's just do this thing and get it over and done with. I can't help it if there are people who say they're tired. Really, stand up and walk around the room. That's all it takes. Thank you.
You have not spoken, Bangazita.
Thank you, Honorable Chairperson. I will go along with the proposal that we actually do the questioning of the witness at some other time, not tonight. We are tired, and the public out there is actually also no longer listening to what we are actually saying, because we are not doing this only for ourselves, but we need to actually give the South African public the reason to continue trusting our criminal justice system. Thank you.
Honorable members, none of you must say that we agreed that we were going to do the questioning some other time. There is no agreement like that. The agreement that we have is on 2 witnesses. That is Advocate Mashuka and Honorable Adams.
I will die with my boots on.
So listen here. I'm now exercising my benevolence as the chairperson. This is what we were supposed to have said. Chair, just exercise your benevolence. I'm exercising my benevolence, and this benevolence is informed by the following. That tomorrow we are having two witnesses, and we are likely to finish around this time tomorrow. And there is no space for Honorable Adams tomorrow. The witnesses that are coming tomorrow are witnesses like Honorable Adams who need sufficient time with the committee. And so we will look for a date, Honorable Adams. Number two is that normally after a witness has presented, we take a break and members have time during the break to go through the notes and prepare their questions. So now it will be like eating hot cakes right from the pan, which may not be good for the members. And out of those considerations, but also that the witness that appeared here before you had a voluminous statement which would have exhausted the members. We may not apply ourselves desirably on your statement if we were going to try and push to conclude everything tonight. What gives me comfort to exercise this benevolence is that when we talk to you, you show your commitment to be with the committee. There is nothing that scares us that you can stand up anytime and walk away. So we want to thank you so much for the time that you created, but also apologize that even when you showed intention to continue, members are exhausted and it may not be possible, it may not be fruitful if we insist on going ahead. Honorable members, we have received an apology from Mr. Paul O'Sullivan. We have circulated the apology with yourselves. You must go and read it tonight. He is apologizing for what happened during the proceedings last week. So he will be here with us tomorrow. He will be the first witness, followed by Ms. Sarah Gentren. This is what is going to happen tomorrow. We are going to start with you tomorrow, the African National Congress, followed by the MKP, the DA, the EFF, the IFP, the PA, the FF Plus, and Action SA. That's what is going to happen tomorrow. When you come here, you must come here knowing that you are going to be allocated time. And once your time expires, you will no longer have any other opportunity to engage with the first witness. And then once we are done, we will then take the evidence of Ms. Sarah Jane Trent, and then thereafter we break, and then we run until we finish. So what it means is that from 10 o'clock tomorrow. Because with Mr. Paul O'Sullivan, we are not taking any evidence. He is still under oath. From 10 o'clock tomorrow, the first speaker must be ready so that we excel on the management of time. Honorable Kola Barnard.
You could just, perhaps you could just clarify for me. As I recall, Mr. O'Sullivan we'd done the questions and the evidence leader had said that she had a few more questions to ask.
Yeah.
And I think she asked two. She said, I have a few more, too late, he left.
Yeah.
Is it not just those questions that need answers?
No, no,
Or
no.
are you now reopening the entire
What
questioning?
I'm saying is that I am giving all of you an opportunity. If any one of you does, if you don't have questions, it means you will not participate. You will wait for Ms. Sarah Jane Trent. If you have questions, we will start like this and check those who want to speak and allocate them time. And then we conclude, allow the chairperson of the committee to ask questions and the evidence leaders. And then we conclude the process with Mr. Paul O'Sullivan. And then we break, we come back, we take Ms. Sarah Jane Trent. And then after the presentation of evidence, we break, we come back, we take questions, which will run until this time tomorrow. So if you get a warning that it may be called, bring your jackets. And if you suspect that you may be hungry, get